this is Tiainen, and this is your guide to pugs.
Hi, my name is Hug-a-Pug, and it's true, pugs are really cute, but we also need special care to keep us healthy. Let's learn what it takes to care for us pugs here on the Puppy Love Guide to Pugs.
Just like other dogs, pugs need the basics like food, water, shelter, exercise, and trips to the veterinarian. We'll go over general dog care in upcoming episodes, but for now, we are going to focus on pugs. They go by many names. They've been called mops, carlins, Dutch bulldogs, and mini mastiffs. But you might know pugs from their distinctive features. Flat faces, curly tails, big bulgy eyes, and their round baby-like foreheads. Pugs are usually fawn, like this color, with black ears and a black mask, or all black. Pugs live an average of 12 to 15 years if well cared for. Pugs are one of the oldest dog breeds in the world. They say that there's records tracing back to 700 BCE in China, where pugs were kept and exclusively bred for royalty. Weighing in roughly from 13 to 30 pounds, these natural lap dogs are a great fit for a family. Affectionate and playful, pugs thrive on human interaction. They're very loyal and they even follow their owners around like a shadow. With their strong, durable build and their rambunctious energy, pugs make perfect playmates for children. Pugs have a clown-like personality. They're very smart, but they are stubborn, so you have to be very patient when you're training them. Pugs sleep on average 14 hours a day. They only need moderate exercise because they tire easily, so that makes them well suited for apartment living, and also it makes them great companion animals for the elderly. Dogs like pugs who have flat faces are called brachycephalic. That means that their muzzles or noses are squashed in, and that makes it harder for them to breathe. Since pugs already have a hard time breathing as it is, do not expose them to smoke. Pugs are a very vocal breed, and their short, smushed faces result in some hilarious sounds. Did you know that a group of pugs is called a grumble? Their flat noses, along with making them sound funny when they breathe, it also makes them snore loudly when they sleep, and they also sneeze a lot. They are also prone to colds and allergies more than other dogs are. Pugs tire easily, so if you go on a long walk, you might have to carry them back home. Pugs run about 3 to 5 miles per hour, whereas average dogs run about 16 to 30 miles per hour. So if you're looking for an athletic dog, pugs are not the one. Pugs can't regulate their body temperatures as well as other breeds can. Avoid exposing your pugs to temperatures above 80 degrees for long periods of time because they can easily overheat. A pug's normal internal body temperature is 101 to 102 degrees Fahrenheit. If it reaches 105, your pug needs to be cooled off right now, but if it's 108, that can be fatal. So you need to make sure that pugs do not overheat because they will overheat easily. Pugs are very temperature sensitive and they do not do well in cold or hot climates. To reduce overheating, walk your pug either early in the morning or late in the evening when it's not as hot outside. Never leave your pug in a parked car. It can cause brain damage or even be fatal, even if it's not that hot outside. If you notice your pug panting heavily, make sure they take breaks and make sure they have fresh water to drink. Pugs are like little Houdinis. They can easily slip out of collars or harnesses because they have very small heads and thick necks. So make sure they're well supervised if they're on a leash. Also, make sure that your collars or harnesses fit correctly. You should only be able to fit 2 fingers underneath of the collar. If there's any more than that, then it can easily slip off of their neck, and if it's too tight, it can choke them. Sometimes pugs learn a little trick that they can escape from their harness. If they pull forward on a harness, such as this, they can actually slip this over their head and escape. So you want to make sure that your harness or collar fits correctly. I would only use collars for ID purposes, and if you're going for a walk, use a proper harness, unless they're not a flight risk like Hug a Pug. Good girl.
Pug is in the water.
She's swimming like a dog.
Now some people say that pugs can't swim, but that's not true. Some of them can't swim, but there are pugs who do swim and enjoy the water. However, it is more difficult for pugs to swim because they have a flat nose, so they can't keep their nose above the water like a longer-nosed dog could.
Hugga likes it.
Pugs have a fold directly above their nose that accumulates gunk. You're going to need to clean that weekly so it doesn't start to smell or get infected. Make sure you monitor a pug's wrinkles and have a vet check any infections. Also check other areas around the skin, such as the base of their tail. To clean your pug's wrinkles, you're going to need either a clean cloth or a Q-tip. You're going to want to dip it in either unrefined coconut oil, Vaseline, or pet ear cleaning fluid. Go ahead and wipe that inside of the fold, getting out any gunk or accumulated debris that's inside. Unrefined coconut oil is a great choice for your pug's wrinkles because it's antibacterial, antifungal, and also has healing properties, so it can prevent infections. Also clean areas around the face, such as the tears and mucus that may accumulate near the eyes and nose. Check inside of your pug's ears for any black or brown buildup. You can use ear cleaning solution and a cotton ball to clean inside of your dog's ears. However, if you notice any bright redness or smelliness, you might want to get them checked by a veterinarian because they might be infected. Be careful not to go too deep inside of the ears. Since a pug's eyes protrude, they're also more susceptible to eye injuries. If you pull the skin on a pug's face too far back or it has a trauma, it can experience eye proptosis. Eye proptosis is when the eye protrudes from the eyelid. It can dry out and cause blindness, so you're going to need to see a veterinarian immediately. Also, smushed faces can result in crooked teeth, and with crooked teeth can come debris that gets stuck in there, and this can cause gum disease. If gum disease gets very bad, it can result in pain and also loss of a tooth or infection. So brush your dog's teeth as often as possible, preferably once a day or at least several times a week. Pugs' nails grow very fast, so you're going to need to trim them regularly. If you notice that your pug is rubbing its face into the couch a lot or licking its feet, this can be a sign that it has allergies, so make sure you see a veterinarian if you notice these behaviors. And I know it's completely nasty, but sometimes they get this really gross smell coming from their butt and they drag their butt on the ground. If you notice that, they might need to get their anal glands expressed. It's possible for them to get infected, so you might want to check with a veterinarian. I know it's totally gross, but a veterinarian can do it for you, and also sometimes a groomer. But you might want to check with a vet to make sure that they're not infected. Also, familiarize yourself with things that are toxic to dogs and make sure that they're not in your environment. Pugs are enthusiastic eaters, and they'll often gobble up things that are on the floor, whether or not they're actually food. So make sure that your environment is clean so that your dog doesn't end up eating bad things and getting an obstruction in its belly. Because pugs have flat faces, they can't get into small bowls and things like that for food, so make sure that their bowls are an appropriate size so that their face can actually fit in there to eat. Pugs are very heavy shedders, so you're going to need to brush them regularly or have them see a groomer. Also, the hair can get all over your house, so make sure you have a good vacuum. You're gonna need it. Well, I hope you've learned something about this incredible breed of dog, and if you're looking to make a pug a part of your family, make sure you check out local animal shelters and pug rescues. This is Tina Tiainen on behalf of Puppy Love.
So, now that we know all about how to keep pugs happy, click on the like button below to give this video a good review. For even more details about how to care for dogs in general, check out the upcoming video series Dogs 101 coming from Puppy Love. Click on me to subscribe to our Puppy Love YouTube channel, and click on Tina to follow her YouTube. And comment below to tell me how cute I am. Thank you for watching!
Puppy Love!
Puppy Love, unconditional fun!